Well, it says so here, D-Day for SABC's Hlaudi, and the Sunday Times says, Hlaudi's 167 million Zuma TV deal, so nobody quite knows what is going on. What is going on? Ach, mense, it's called freedom of expression, yes and no. You know, I sometimes wonder, sitting in Hlaudi House, why the ANC is taking so long before they call the SABC the SANC. Why didn't they learn from the National Party to control the news? Nobody remembers, but I remember when P.V. Botha in the old days used to phone up the news channel and say, don't give that news because I want the news to be changed. But of course today it's not that different, except it is very different. Yes, the COO of the SABC, Hlaudi, has kept all the news nice and comfortable so people don't get upset. But the ANC is becoming a little bit upset because it's attacking the freedom of expression, which they stand for, and there is an election coming up on the 3rd of August. So nou, gaan die poppe 'n bietjie dans, né? But I look at Hlaudi and I think to myself, you know, he would have done so well in the old South Africa. He would have worked for the SABC. He could have been the tea-boy for the SAIK or the parking attendant, because you didn't need matric for either of those jobs. But he has many people who are actually supporting him, because he has promised 90% local content. And all the actors are saying, Viva Hlaudi, let every dark Hlaudi have a silver lining. And of course they must support him, because who else is going to employ them? But I must be honest with you, things are not the same as in the old South Africa when there was no choice. If we controlled, we controlled. There was no internet, there was no Twitter, there was no tweet, and everything was illegal. But today there is something very, very special that you and I can celebrate. First of all, it is called delete. Secondly, it is called switch off. Thirdly, it is called find another channel. Yeah. The news is breaking in the palm of your hands. You don't have to be terrorized by a censored SABC. And quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, I'm waiting for all those advertisers to stop advertising on the SABC, because they will be counter-revolutionary. What will the SABC do for petty cash? Not even poor Jacob Zuma's 7.8 million repayment will help that. Sister, did you know that President Zuma and his family are bankrupt? They don't have any money to pay back the money. But I have started a fund to support President Jacob Zuma. It is called Number One. That is now in Number Two. And you know, all you have to do is put your change into the bottle. And eventually, when Jacob Zuma does pay back the money, all that 7.8 million, we might have collected 7.8 million to help the President of South Africa. So now I am going to watch television. I'm going to watch the television news. I'm going to watch the BBC to find out what is happening down the road.
Evita, Evita, and you know what we mean. Evita, Evita, always on the scene. Evita, Poseidon, oh, Evita should be queen.